Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Back with another one. This time we got top 10 hot-headed but badass anime characters. Speak a little French, you know, a little borderline introductory French, you know. That's all I remember from high school. Not all, I remember a little bit more, but you know, I can hold a little bit. This is by Vinny Tube. I say top 10 hot-headed but badass anime characters. Yeah, we doing that. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and like this video, subscribe to this channel too, and we getting into it. Shout out to my French viewers
One of the most popular character
and
archetypes floating
Canadians
around. It seems that in every anime involving fights, there's always one
and
guy
French
who
speakers.
erupts
Okay,
at the
should have just said
slightest
that.
provocation, never backs down, and generally drags the whole team into the mess he's recklessly made. However, people can't help but root for this guy, mainly due to how cool, strong, or otherwise badass they really are. You know the type of character I'm talking about,
Is
don't you? So
Jotaro
here's what we're gonna do today.
hot-headed?
In this video, I'll be taking some of the most hot-headed and badass characters, putting them together, and letting you decide how they hold up against each other. With a plethora of characters to go through, let's get on with it.
Because that would be like saying he ain't hot-headed. Like, is stoicism really hot-headedness?
Starting off is Chuya from Bungo Stray Dogs. The Port Mafia executive perfectly fits the mold of the fiery redhead character. Don't let the short stature fool you. Chuya's as hot-headed as characters come, exemplified by his tendencies to quickly pick a fight. And as a Port Mafia executive, what's to fear? After all, he wields the amazing ability to control gravity. Left alone, the results show completely destructive potential, even potentially threatening his own life should he lose control of the final form. It even puts him in a berserker state to boot, and all of a sudden, explaining why
Sorry, I just saw
Chuya
a
belongs
dragon.
to this list suddenly becomes a lot easier.
I need to watch Bungo Stray Dogs. Now they got dragons, bro.
Remember Samurai Champloo? If you do, you'll probably know who our
Okay, yeah.
second candidate
Mugen
is.
does, yeah.
Yes, sir, I'm talking about a hot-headed swordsman, Mugen. One of the three main characters, Mugen's a violent and incredibly brash rogue who's always out for a fight. A blood knight who never knows how to say no, he's one of the most combustible elements on the show. With a personality like that, you have to have the skills to back it up so you don't get your ass handed to you.
Dude didn't
Good
even
thing
know
that
he
Mugen
lost
has
an
no
arm.
shortage of fighting skills and heart. Needless to say, he makes a case for the most badass character in his own show, even more so than the other characters who are on par with him in terms of strength. Where else do you see an OP swordsman fight while dancing like he does?
Okay, Raikage is hot-headed. He definitely
Raikage
wants to
is a
beat
shoo-in on
these
this
ass.
list. If someone's battle tactics boil down to attacking straight up with lots of hits and wrestling moves, that character certainly counts as a badass hothead to me. He's prone to making grand entrances and attack enemies on sight, as Sasuke learned the hard way. Getting to his position and holding onto it ain't easy, and it takes a complete badass to do so in the tough world of the Hidden Cloud Village. Until Naruto took the title away from him, Raikage is widely considered the fastest shinobi alive, fittingly done in tandem with his lightning powers. His showing against Sasuke and Akatsuki also mark him as one of the toughest SOBs in Naruto. He's a perfect brother for someone like Killer Bee.
He was about to go all Edward Elric in it. Like, you could take my arm and my leg. I'm killing you. I'm killing you, bro. He was real serious about that. He said, you kill my brother, I'm killing you. He don't care what kind of damage. I'm killing you. And then he lost his arm for nothing. That's just
The
a
guy
shame.
in the main party with all the brawn and no brains isn't exactly expected to be the brightest guy in the room, is he? For one, he can't even say Tanjiro's name properly, famously mangling it numerous times, the most hilarious one being the impassioned Kentaro he belted during the Rui arc. For what intelligence he lacks, Inosuke makes up for it with heart, passion, and how badass he is. A colorful and creative fighter, Inosuke dazzles his opponents with his relentless attacks and determined passion in battle. He may seem to be the one who forgoes strategy in favor of charging head-on, but you sure as hell better be prepared to catch his head-on charge, or he'll just plow straight through you in an instant while yelling pig assault.
I hate the... Okay, I'm gonna start sounding like a hater for this voice actor, but I hate Inosuke's English voice actor, bruh. He's always screaming like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, damn, bro. And his scream is so annoying. He literally every dub he's in, I hate so much. I'd rather watch sub, and I'm a dub watcher. Like I'd rather watch sub just to avoid him. I'm gonna sound like a hater though, but like it's just his voice acting. I hate it so much.
Something about these Spitfires that attract a
Got nothing against him. He cool, you know. He probably cool dude. What is it like, Bryce Papenbrook or something? Let me see. Let me go ahead and do some research real quick. Demon. That's an N. That's an N, right? DEM and Slayer. English dubcast. That's not. Is that English dub? I doubt that's the English dub right there. That's definitely the regular cast. You're just not gonna give it to me. That's cool. Inosuke, Bryce Papenbrook. Yeah. I knew his name. Yeah, right there. He's, you know, I have nothing against him, but his screaming and voice acting or whatever. Any character, bro. I hate those characters with his voice because it's just so annoying. It gets on my it gets under my skin.
My Hero Academia's Bakugo has no shortage of both. The spiky hair, explosive powers, and loud mouth present all you need to know about Bakugo. Honest, driven, and dangerously competitive, he embodies the word hot-headed as far as My Hero Academia characters are concerned. And with that
cool when he's not screaming.
A badass that refuses to
like
take
Meliodas'
no for an
case.
answer.
He doesn't
When else
scream.
do you
He's fine.
regularly see a hot-headed side character or a rival regularly beat the hell out of the protagonist? My Hero Academia has always portrayed Bakugo as someone who's above Deku, and that's something that makes this exploder one hell of a badass. Appearances don't lie, and one look at Shizuo would chip you off that.
Hey, make sure y'all subscribe, by the way. About 90% people not subscribed. Just gonna throw that in there.
This is a man you don't want to piss off. Incredibly impulsive and hot-headed, Shizuo is exactly the kind of person who has the tendency to explode in a snap. Hot-headed personality aside, Shizuo also brings an air of sincerity and bluntness to complement his otherwise basic personality.
He just punched him out of his clothes?
His attitude quickly the
Whoa,
tendency
whoa,
to
whoa.
explode
I gotta start
in a
over this.
snap.
I gotta start over this.
Shizuo
What is
would
this?
chip you off that this is a man.
What is this anime called?
Is a man.
Bro,
One look at
show me
Shizuo
the
would
name. I'm gonna go back so far then.
Appearances don't lie, and one look at Shizuo would chip you off that this is a man you don't want to piss off. Incredibly impulsive and hot-headed, Shizuo is exactly the kind of person who has the tendency to explode in a snap. Hot-headed personality aside, Shizuo also brings an air of sincerity and bluntness to complement his otherwise basic personality. His attitude quickly puts him at odds with his rival, the sly and cerebral Izaya, and the two quickly hit the ground running in their hatred for each other. Their battles are tales of legend all across Ikebukuro. It's a perfect match between clever manipulation and earnest power. Few powers say badass as much as super strength, and Shizuo has that in droves. In terms of physical prowess, no one in the Durarara universe can even come close to this badass blonde.
How you gonna... Bruh, how you gonna bust through the car window and be like, you saw nothing? Like, bro, what you mean? This is still actively happening. At least tell me when it's done.
The ruthless vice commander of the Shinsengumis gained all sorts of notoriety. Known for a ruthless attitude, he's Gintama's epitome of a no-nonsense character. Before his meeting with Kondo, he was known as someone who often gets into fights, leaving trails of blood behind. Let's say that he hasn't completely shed off his past personality, even in the present. And that's a good thing because it's also the source of the fire that keeps him going in battle. I'd say that Hijikata's will and determination to keep going in battle is amazing. Even injuries are unable to put this guy down. And that's without getting into his swordsmanship, which is among the best in the Shinsengumi and second only to Okita, making him a fitting rival of Gintoki.
Okay, Kenpachi. I had no clue who would be on this list, I'm be honest. That
Hijikata's not
sword
the
seems
only
so
one who's had
impractical.
a number of melees with the protagonist. Introducing Kenpachi for our number 3 entry.
Wasn't he
Captain
the
of
eighth
the
Espada?
battle-hungry Squad 11 in Bleach, Kenpachi lives for battle. A blood knight that thirsts for combat, he spends most of his fights relishing the pain and the bloodshed he both inflicts and receives. For Kenpachi, violence is always the answer. If it doesn't solve the problem, you're simply not using enough. This provides a nice contrast to the likewise hot-headed but more empathetic protagonist in Ichigo. Despite not being the best of friends, Ichigo always knows he can count on the Squad 11 captain in times of need, and vice versa. Genbachi remains one of the toughest beasts in Bleach. And what if I told you that for how strong
Like, he's not even
already
bleeding,
is,
bro. That's an
Genbachi
impractical ass sword.
intentionally handicaps himself for most of his fights.
Isn't the white part supposed to be the sharp part? So you'd have to get them inside your sword. Like, bro, that's impractical as hell.
Vegeta easily qualifies
Just
because
he wanted a design of 8.
The famous "It's over 9,000"
Look,
scene
get
says
over
it
it, bro.
all, with Vegeta crushing his scouter in sheer intensity. Even in
What's he gonna do if he was the 6th Espada? He gonna make a giant ass 6 as his sword, slap him inside, and just start wiggling them around so they get cut up in the side. At least that would make more sense, actually, because you would at least be able to cut them with the top of the 6. I'm off him.
Battle, he's as intense as DBZ characters go, easily trumping his rival Goku in terms of being a combustible element. Needless to say, Vegeta's one hell of a badass character. Yeah, he jobs a fair amount of time, but those losses are mostly to the credit of even his tougher opponents instead of him being a poor fighter. I mean, in a vacuum, Vegeta is truly one of the best Dragon Ball has to offer. It would be tough to top Vegeta in terms of hot-headedness and badassness, but when I think about someone who could have overcome Vegeta, one name comes to mind.
See, this one I don't get. But how come Vegeta always on the bottom, the bottom of the power, like the power? He's always the lowest, strongest person there. You know, he's like, Vegeta's strong dude. But there's like 12 people stronger than him in this arc. It don't matter, bro. He's like, yeah, he's a threat. But like literally, he's not taking out none of these people. He's not, he has no chance. It's a shame. I love Vegeta. More than Goku, he's there. Goku never there. He's dead.
Being the epitome of manliness himself. Perpetually angry, he starts off isolating himself for fear of his power harming anyone. He's gotten into a fair share of fights himself due to his attitude, something that reflects in the nature of his stand, Star Platinum. Even his battle cry, successive yells of are a telltale sign that this guy has an ever-burning heart that's nigh impossible to put out. Then how badass is Jotaro really? Well, he outright stands up to Dio himself, firing the now famous meme of their confrontation. The seemingly unstoppable vampire doesn't faze him, instead urging him to keep going and allowing him
really
to come
throws
out on
a
top.
tractor
If
on
that
him.
doesn't scream badass, I don't know
Or
what
whatever it was,
does.
steamroller?
Jotaro's truly the epitome of manliness in anime, and I doubt anyone can top this one anytime soon.
I still don't see how he's hot-headed. I don't feel, cause that don't seem hot-headed to me. That's more stoic, but like he just lets it out. He's normally just chill, yeah, I'm Jotaro. Don't
Seen
fuck with me.
characters that you expected? Cool. Know some that did.
Like, am I tripping? It looks like comments not gonna load. So let me know if y'all think Jotaro is if he, I know I'm saying it like an American, Jotaro. But I know, let me know if y'all think he's stoic or if he's hot-headed, because I feel like he's more stoic than hot-headed. He don't really show no emotion. Like I said earlier, might be just like Hiei. Hey, if y'all enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.